What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dre. This is Dre Created. And in today's video, I just want to talk to you. I just want to talk because I feel like somebody out here needs to hear this. I've said it before, but repetition is key, right? Repetition is key. Repetition is how we learn. Repetition is how we introduce the new program. Your thoughts create your reality. Every single person that you encounter on a daily basis, if you look at the life that they're living, their lives are a result of the thoughts that they give the majority of their energy to. Wherever your attention goes, your energy flows. And your energy is going to serve as the building blocks of your reality. So ask yourself, what do you spend the majority of your energy doing? Do you spend the majority of your energy worrying about things that you can't change? Do you spend the majority of your energy worrying about the future when you can instead use that energy to create the future? Do you spend the majority of your energy building other people's realities, or are you using your energy for your own purposes? You have the power to create a life that you're in love with. You have the power to create relationships that you're happy to be a part of. I got a question. If you believe in God, and if you were created by God, if you believe that you are created by God, or if you believe in the universe, or if you believe in something greater than yourself, if you believe in this infinite power or this infinite body of energy, and if this infinite body of energy created you, what does that say about you? What does that mean for you? Because the way that I always looked at it, I always saw it like this. If a cow has a baby, is that baby not a cow? If a horse has a baby, is that baby not a horse? So if God has a baby, does that not make you a god? Like it might sound silly, right? The metaphor itself might sound silly, but really consider what I'm saying. If whatever power created you is all knowing and all encompassing, and if it's this great entity that consists of everything good, if it's this great entity that's so powerful, and if this entity created you, what does that say about you and your power? Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only converted from one form to another. So whatever it is that created you, whatever you believe in, whatever you call them, if they had the means to construct everything in your visible world, have you not considered what lies within your potential? Have you not considered what you can do if you just gave all of your energy to answering that very question? I understand that we all have our part to play in the grand scheme of things. I understand that not everybody wants to unlock their full potential. I understand that a lot of people are just comfortable and they've accepted a life of mediocrity. They've accepted living a life on a lower vibration. I understand that not everybody's trying to conquer the world. But for the people that know that they're capable of so much more than where they are, for the people that know that they can achieve many great things if they just had the courage and the discipline to do it, I'm speaking to you. Every single great person that you know of, every single celebrity, every single professional athlete, every single actress, every comedian, every prominent speaker, every single person that you know that have established anything worthwhile in their lifetime, they are no different than you. They are no more important or special than you are. They may be more talented, they may have more resources, but at the end of the day, when you get down to the nitty gritty of what makes all of us us, it's the same thing. We're made up of the same things. We're all made up of the same thing that makes up the universe and the galaxies and the stars and the oceans. You name it. It's all the same essence. We all have the same creator, even though your creator might go by a different name from the next person's. It's not, you can't be so fixated your beliefs to the point where they hinder you from growing. You can't be so fixated on the script that you were handed at birth, or the script that you were handed by your environment, your parents, your teachers, your circle of friends. You cannot be so fixated on the script that you were handed to the point where you never break beyond the bounds of that script. You have to be open-minded enough to challenge the things that you know, or the things that you think you know, Because whether you want to accept it or not, the reality is that there's a whole lot more that you don't know than what you do know. Life is so much bigger than the limitations that you've set for yourself. And the reality is that you cannot fill a cup. You cannot add to a cup that is already full. So step outside of yourself, separate yourself from your ego just for a moment and consider who you could be if you made room for something more. Nothing can come into your experience unless if you summon it through persistent thoughts. Ask yourself, what do you really want? Because it takes knowing what you want, it takes knowing where you're trying to go before you can get there. Imagine you sit in your car and you don't know your destination. You don't know what to type in the GPS. So if you don't know what to type in the GPS, then naturally you're just going to sit there and then you're wasting your time at that point. The first thing you have to identify is, what do I want out of life? That's the first step. Once you identify what you want out of life, the second step is to acknowledge where you are, because you can't just be so fixated on where you want to go. You have to also consider how far it is, and you also have to consider how long it might take for you to get there. So for instance, if I'm in America and if I want to get to Europe, I know that my best bet is to catch a flight. I know realistically that driving there is not the most efficient way to get there. You see? So if your goal is to lose weight, you have to consider, okay, what weight am I presently? And that tells you how many pounds you have to lose. And then you can work on developing a meal plan. And then you can work on developing a routine where you go to the gym maybe 5 times a week, maybe 3 times a week. And so you take it one step at a time, right? You take it one step at a time and you construct this new way of being that gets you the outcome that you desire for yourself. So sit down and actually plan, actually write it down. What do I want for myself? A little off topic, but not really. I always think to myself, people talk about how they want to have a certain amount of money. And then I think to myself, what would you even do with that money? You say you want $1 million. If I were to give you $1 million, do you actually know how to effectively manage $1 million? A lot of people make the mistake of fixating on the effect rather than fixating on the cause. If you give a person with a broke mentality $1 million, it's just a matter of time before they go right back to being broke, because it's not the money that makes a person rich. It's the mentality that it took to get to the money. It's the difference between being the golden goose versus being the gold. If you're the golden goose, nobody can take that away from you. It's who you are. You can make more goals simply by being. But if you're a regular goose, or if you're just some random in search for a golden goose, you're reliant on the golden goose to make you the gold. I hope that makes sense. Like, really consider what I'm saying. It's mindset and mentality over any material possessions that you could possibly desire. And so when you decide what it is that you want for yourself, it's important to stop thinking of that version of you, and you have to think from that version of you. And thinking from that version of you requires you to speak in the present tense. So you say, I am wealthy. I am intelligent. I am deserving of love. I am an active person. I'm always striving to be the best version of myself. I am productive. I am solution oriented. I am strong. I am capable. I am resourceful. Those 2 words, I am, it's a programming language. It's a programming language. You are claiming who you are. And through claiming who you are, you're reconditioning your mind to be the person that you strive to be. And by being the person that you strive to be, you'll do the things that version of you, the best version of you, does on a consistent basis, so that you can have the things that you want for yourself. Be, do, have. You focus on being that person, and you'll naturally do as that person does. And as a result, you'll have the life that that person has. And the beautiful thing about it is you get to choose who you want to be, but you first have to be clear about what you want. I hope you find value in this message. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments below if this message resonated within you, and I'll see you in the next one.